Teeing it up for the Knights, number 14, Trinidad de la Garza. Back deep to receive, number 5, Andre Jackson, and number 21, Coy Fulmer.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on KMAX Sports. We apologize for the technical difficulty. McCallum ended up scoring on a 10-yard touchdown run by number 21, Jalen Sutton. They just kicked off. It's going to be fair caught by Coy Fulmer at the 26-yard line, and that's where Anderson will start this offensive series. The previous scoring play drive was
like a run play up the middle, I think.
Yeah, it was a play up the middle. It was a 13-play drive. And now Anderson back on the field trying to get something on the board. Back set. Fake hand. No, it's handoff to Gibbons, and he's powering through. He's going to gain about 3 yards to the 29. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Trojans from the 29-yard line. We've got 1:50 to go in the first quarter. McCallum on top of Anderson, 7-0. Anderson comes out. Cruz at the quarterback spot. Wing T set. It's a pass to Merrick. On the left side, he breaks free. He's to the 45, to the 50. He's going to be brought down at around the 46-yard line.
Great execution by the Anderson offense on that play. Great play fake to the left, came back to the right. 2 receivers out wide. One of them blocked, one of them caught. Opened it up on the outside for the on the sideline for him. That'll be a gain of about.
He's down to the 44.
Once again, Nick Bailey, EMT, if you could report to the ticket booth, there is a medical need down there, please.
It's going to be first attempt for the 44. So the handoff to Gibbons, and he's going to be brought down just short of the 40-yard line. Actually, they're marking him down at the 42.
The Trojans gain 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
And after the first drive didn't go anywhere after that big, long gain, they're finally starting to get something going here, Anderson's offense, close to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, 1 minute, 4 seconds left to go. And here we go. It's an inside handoff to Fulmer. He gets that right corner, and he can take off all the way. He has 1 man to beat. He's going to be brought down. Let's see where they mark him. But there's a flag on the play. He was brought down at about the 1-yard line, but there's a flag.
I was about to say there was an excellent block by number 16, Revis Wheatley, but I think that might be the flag. And to me, Chris, it looked clean. It looked like a clean block to me. I got to disagree with that one.
Yep, they're calling holding against number 16. Revis Wheatley that killed that.
So that will negate a 30-yard catch and run.
So let's see where they spot the ball.
10-yard mark-off from the spot of the foul.
So it's going to be a 10-yard mark-off from the spot of the foul.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 1 yard to go.
So it's going to be, they're going to mark it on the 35-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Trojans.
Yeah, you got to be careful on those plays, Chris. You know, you can block all you want, and it's hard as a football player to let up. You want to give all you can in those plays.
So the wishbone in the backfield. Handoff to big number 33, Gibbons. He's going to get down.
And that was great hustle by Gibbons. He got hit after 1 yard. He fought for an extra 5. Great hustle. Great run.
1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 30-yard line of McCallum with 28 seconds left to go in the first quarter. McCallum on top, 7-0, but Anderson driving. And wingback set for the Trojans. Hand up to number 16. Tries to get that left corner. He's going to be hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Wheatley on that run.
Revis Wheatley, the ball carrier.
He had two options for that play. He could have went outside towards the sideline, but he chose to cut back up the middle, and he got hit by the linebacker.
So that's going to end the quarter with the score, McCallum 7, Anderson nothing. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports.
Sound off. Tell us what you think right here on Twitter at KMAX Sports. Socialize with us.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click. It's real easy, man.
On Twitter at KMAX Sports or catch us on Facebook. Search KMAX Sports. Just another way KMAX Sports is bringing your teams to you.
1, 2, 3, hit it!
More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Sports. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 from McCallum's 28-yard line for the Trojans. Come out in the wishbone set with one receiver on the far side. It's an inside handoff to Fulmer, and he's going to power his way down to the 25 for a gain of 3.
Wasn't much the start of that play, Chris. He danced around a little bit and made something out of it. He's going to gain 3 yards on the play.
Fulmer on the carry. He
could have folded up, but he didn't.
Tackle made by number 7, Anthony Morris.
Anthony Morris on the tackle for McCallum. And it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the 25-yard line for the Trojans. So let's see what they dial up here. Come back. The wing T set. Fulmer in motion. It's a jet sweep to Fulmer. He's going to gain another yard, but not enough for the first down.
Left side of that
tackle made by number 34.
Turn it back up the middle. There's nowhere for him to go. Good job on McCallum's defense.
And number 54.
So it's going to be 4th and 4 from the 24-yard line, and it looks like they bring in Cooper Tyler, and they're going to go for it. So here we go, 4th and 4 for the 24-yard line for the Trojans. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 2 backs to the backfield. Bruce looks to pass this wide open. Wheatley, and he loses the ball. But they call it a touchdown. Touchdown, Trojans.
Great play call on that play. First of all, he's got the guts to go on 4th down on that play. He went for it. Touchdown, Anderson.
So they give him the touchdown. They must have said the ball crossed the plane of the goal line before he lost it.
I was about to say he lost it, but I think he was already past the goal. The pylon's down. You can tell. That's a good touchdown.
Blaze Overshire will be kicking the extra point for the Trojans. His snap, kick is up. And there's a flag on the play. The kick is good, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is here. And it's against McCallum, so they're going to decline it. So with 10:38 left to go in the second quarter, the score, Anderson 7, McCallum 7. Knotted this all up. And now it's going to be time for the Anderson defense to step it up and stop this powerful running game of the McCallum Knights.
Good drive by McCallum there. Running game wasn't working out for them, so they went to their passing game, and it came through in a big time for them in a big way. Turned about a 10-yard catch into a 20-yard touchdown. And like I said, there was a bit of confusion. We thought he had lost the ball towards the end zone, which would have resulted in a touchback. But he turns out he held on to it, and the touchdown will stand.
It's a 9-play drive for the Trojans. And now they're set to kick it back off to McCallum. Back deep for McCallum. Number 25, Tino DePaz.
Teeing it up for the Trojans, number 62, YL Nasser.
And number 21, Jalen Sutton.
Back deep for receive for the Knights, number 21, Jalen Sutton. And number 25, Tino DePaz.
And here's a kickoff. It's going to be a short kick. DePaz with a catch at the 20. And he's going to try to power through. And he's still going. He's going to be brought down at about the 29-yard line. That's where McCallum will start this offensive series.
Ball was caught at the 15, brought down close to the 30, and that's just him overpowering the guys covering the kick. He kept turning his legs, got low, and he wanted it more, it looked like, on that play.
So McCallum will start 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Here we go, Davis, and there's flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be false start against McCallum. Oh no, delay of game against McCallum, so moving back 5. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 34-yard line. I'm sorry, from the 24-yard line. Davis has 3 receivers to the near side. Ball is snapped, and Davis is going to take off, and there's another flag on the play. Let's see what this call is.
Looks like it's going against McCallum again.
Yeah, false start against McCallum. He's going to move him to the 19-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 20 now for the Knights.
False start, the indication against the offense. Markov takes the ball back to the 19-yard line.
And it's funny, Chris, as soon as I said something about the referees not wanting to throw flags, it opened the floodgates. And now they're calling penalties.
That's how broadcasting goes. You say something, and guess what? You jinx it, and then what you said was not happening starts happening.
About the passing game earlier, and they were running the football over the field, and then they started throwing it. Our first touchdown came on a pass.
Hand off to Sutton. He tries to get that right side, and he's upended down at the 25-yard line for a gain of 6.
That is a tough little guy there. Took a huge shot, got upended, and hit the ground hard after a gain of about 5.
They're going to give him 5, so it's going to be 2nd and 15 from the 25. The handoff to, no, this is not Sutton. This is number 25, Tino DePaz. He's going to make it down to the 31-yard line. The gain of 6. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Knights. And let's see if Anderson can get a stop here. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 backs to the backfield for McCallum. Davis looks to pass. Here comes a rush. He evades 2 tacklers. He's close to the first down to the 36-yard line.
Didn't quite get it. They got most of their penalty yardage back from that 1st and 20 on the last 3 plays. 2 runs and a pass that turned into a scramble. It'll be 4th down. It's
going to be 4th and 3, and it looks like McCallum's going to punt. Big defensive stop here for the Trojans, but you got to keep an eye out for the fake. Andre Jackson back deep to receive the punt, hanging around his 36-yard line. And there's a whistles. Punt is off. Flag on the play. It's going to be a delay of game for McCallum.
That'll give Anderson's punt return team a little more room to work with.
Delay again, the indication against the offense. Takes the ball back to the 31-yard line.
Going to take it back to the 31-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 8 now.
4th down and 8.
For the Knights. Again, Andre Jackson hanging around his own 40-yard line for the punt. Here's the punt from McCallum. It's a shank, and it's going to go out of bounds around the 46-yard line of the Trojans. They should have great field position here.
48-yard line.
They're going to call it down at the 48.
For the Trojans.
So it's going to
Another
be
snap for the punter to gather. I'm surprised he's able to get it off his foot without getting hit.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the 48-yard line for the Trojans. 8:19 left to go in the first half here of this 17th annual Taco Shack Bowl between your Anderson Trojans and the McCallum Knights, with the score knotted up at 7 apiece. Anderson comes out in the wing T with Gibbons behind Cruz, and it's a handoff to Gibbons. Bursts through the middle of the line. He's going to get down to about the 43-yard line of McCallum.
You know, he's only touched the ball a handful of times tonight, Givens, but every time he touches it, something good happens, whether it's 5 yards, 10 yards, or that big 60-yard run we saw earlier. He does not go down easily. Good change of pace back. Glad to see him going here in the first half.
So it's a gain of 5 yards down to the 44 of McCallum. 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Again, running that wing T. Fake handoff. It's an inside handoff to Fulmer, but he's stuffed.
That was number 34, August McCallum. Great job reading that play and bringing down the fullback in the backfield.
August McCallum.
August
Also the play takes the ball back to the 45-yard line. Brings up
Big stop by August McCallum for
He read that play the
Knights.
whole way. Good instincts by him. You got to tip your hat to McCollum's defense.
It's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 45. Cruz looks to pass. And it looks like it's caught and dropped again by Wheatley. But he was brought down at around the 32-yard line, which is enough for a first down.
Pass complete to Wheatley. Good catch. He did drop the ball, but he was already out of bounds. The catch was complete. And there's that passing game we were talking about, to the outside. Not taking a lot of shots up the middle in a preseason game. Don't want to get anyone hurt. Mostly outside, but it's a good extension of the running game for Anderson.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 32. 7:02 left to go in the first half. They come out in a more traditional spread position. Cruz throws to Fulmer on the left side, and Fulmer still fighting for yards. He's still on his feet. He breaks through. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Anderson! What a play!
What a play by
Corey Fulmer.
He just would not go down. He had 2 guys on him, fought through the 2 tackles, and burst from 30 yards into the end zone on a catch and run. What an effort by 21, Corey Fulmer.
Corey Fulmer, big run there, puts Anderson on top. With 6:49 to go in the first half.
going to attempt the point after touchdown, number 18, Blaze Derbyshire.
Derbyshire for the point after. Here's a snap. Kick is up. And it's no good. It was wide right. So the score now,
Derbyshire's kick is no good.
Anderson 13, McCallum 7.
Trying to get our first half of play. Our new score,
But that doesn't negate the powerful running of Corey Fulmer. A 32-yard touchdown catch.
And that's why coaches love those screen passes out wide, because if you got 2 receivers out wide, you're going to have 2 defensive backs guarding them. And if you can just get one of those guys blocked, you trust your guy one-on-one to get past him and make it big into the end zone. That was a long run. But in this case, he had to get through 2 guys. His other receiver couldn't quite get a good enough block to set him free. Corey Fulmer had to fight through 2 tackles on that play. Almost went down, but his knee stayed above ground and he made it into the end zone. 30 yards of green after that catch.
Carson Cruz with 2 touchdown passes on the night after Coach Hunter said that they were going to focus on running the football. The 2 scores that they have are on touchdown passes. This goes to show you in high school football in Texas, you have to be balanced.
And I've seen it, Chris, evolving from my end of high school up until the last few years. It's been less of a 3 crowds and a yard of dust and more about trying to move the ball through the air. Because back in the day in high school, you threw the ball maybe 2 or 3 times a game. Oh,
I mean, and especially in this part of Texas, you know, the spread is very popular. Almost every
momentum.
Yeah, every team plays it with the exception of a few like Liberty Hill. But yeah, this is a different set, and it's worked for Anderson so far in this game. So it's a kick. It's going to be fielded by DePaz, and he's going to be brought down at around the 28-yard line. Flag on the play.
Great coverage by Anderson. We'll see what the penalty is.
Return comes out to about the 27-yard line, but let's check the flag.
So let's see what the call is here. They're going to say he was down at the 27, but let's see what the call is here. Face mask against Anderson. So this is going to give him 15 yards on the penalty. And the ball will be spotted on the far side hash. It looks to be the 42-yard line if the umpire drops it there. Yep,
and that's a shame. That was a great coverage by Anderson's kickoff coverage. They brought him down after 3 yards. Good kick, good coverage, too bad.
So McCallum will come out, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 back in the backfield. Davis looks to pass. He's going deep. He has number 13 wide open. And now it's a run down to the end zone. 13 still on his feet. Big block, and he's going to be hit hard. The ball is out, and it's recovered by Anderson. Big hit there.
That's how you never give up on a play.
Big hit.
Never give up on a play. Number 13 from McCallum, Takai Statberry, refused to go down. Good run by him, but he couldn't hold on to the football. And that's why as a defensive back, never give up on a play downfield. When you think you're beat, keep fighting. Anderson got the ball back.
It was recovered by number 6, Andre Jackson. We missed the big hit there. But Andre Jackson with the recovery, and now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line for Anderson. Like the wing T. Deep handoff to Fulmer. And the ball's out of Fulmer's hand. Let's see who recovers it now. There's a pile down there.
It looks like Anderson got back on top of it.
It looks like they got it back.
Fumble on the play. It is covered in the backfield by...
Well, wouldn't that have been something? A ball going back and forth on 2 consecutive plays.
The play brings up 2nd down and 12 yards to go.
So they lose 2 yards.
Anderson's backed up against their end zone here. There's 6 minutes left in the half. Let's see what they try to do. If they try to milk the clock or try to make a move towards the end zone to extend their lead. I would stay away from outside runs and passing if I'm Anderson. I'm trying to run the ball up the middle, milk that clock out, maybe try to get in range for a field goal.
So it'll be 1st and 12 from the 5. It looks like it was a busted play, but Gruz is taking some big hits down to the 10-yard line for a gain of 5.
Bit of confusion for the Anderson offense there. It looked like he didn't know where to go with the football, so he just kept it himself. And it worked out up the middle for 5.
3rd and 8 from the 10 for the Trojans. Let's see what they dial up here to try to get a 1st down. It behooved them to get a 1st down here because they would have to punt from deep on their side of the field. We have 5:15 left to go in the first half of this game. This game is going pretty quick because of all the running, all the pounding of the ground game. And it looks like McCallum will call a timeout. We'll go ahead and we'll take a quick break too. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, imagine a downtown condo tower if it was full of sports. But first we'll have to evict the hipsters. Not cool, man. Not cool. But don't worry about them. They won't starve. There's plenty of food trailers left on Rainy Street. Oh, what's that? They ran them all out? Aw, Poor hipsters. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are K-Max Sports.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on KMAX Sports. Here we go. 3rd and 8 from their own 10-yard line. The Trojans trying to get a first down here to avoid having to punt from their own side, their own end zone. Grooves to pass. It's complete to number 5, Merrick. And it's going to be there for the first down at the 19-yard line.
Good job by Trevor Merrick completing the catch. Stepping up, making the first down. Good pass, good throw, but the offensive line deserves some credit on that one. He had a good, clean pocket to go through his progressions and find Tarek for the first down.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. 4:46 to go in the first half here. Anderson on top of McCallum, 13-7. Big first down there. Back to the wing tee. It's a handoff to Givens. Oh, and he drops the ball. Let's see what happens.
Ball carrier number 33, Tondrick Givens.
He went right up the middle like he did 1,000 times
but
before.
it is covered by the
Ball was
Trojans.
out. And it looks like it got back on top of it.
And it's recovered by the Trojans at the 21-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 2.
Number 19, George Cruft, recovering that fumble.
It's going to be 2nd and 8. Here's a hand pitch to Fulmer, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and not lose a yard.
Down the backfield by number 4,
He was very close to busting that one loose, Chris. He had one guy to beat. Everyone on the outside was blocking. He couldn't quite get around the edge.
So he's going to lose a yard to the 20. It's going to be 3rd and 9. And now McCallum's going to call another timeout. We'll go ahead and we'll take another quick break. You're listening to Anderson Trojan football on KMAX Sports.
K-Max Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think of the state capitol if it was full of sports. I mean, the rotunda is more than large enough for basketball or volleyball, and let's face it, anything we do in there is going to be better than what's going on right now. Plus, those guys only work every 2 years. We bring your teams to you every doggone day. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are K-Max Sports.
Sound off. Tell us what you think right here on Twitter at KMAX Sports.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on KMAX Sports. Here we go, another big 3rd down. 3rd and 9 for the 20 for the Trojans in the wing tee. We're in motion. Cruz looks to pass, and the ball is caught.
Cruz pass is complete to number 34. Matthew.
Be a 9-yard gamble to play.
Tackle made by
We'll bring up 4th down and
Williams.
2. We'll see what Coach Hunter wants to do on this play. That was a good job by the quarterback stepping up. Felt the pressure coming from behind. Stepped up, made a good throw, good catch. Great execution on that play.
So it's going to be 4th and 3 now for the Trojans. That pass from Cruz was complete to number 34, Matthew Segovia, for 6 yards, but still 3 yards short of the first down. And it looks like Anderson will take a timeout. And so, as they do, we will as well.
Timeout on the field called by the Trojans.
You're listening to Anderson Trojan football on KMAX Sports.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think Mopac Improvement Project. Except we're always on budget, our price never fluctuates, and we're always on time. I mean, are they ever going to finish this thing? Right this very second, I'm stuck northbound at 5th Street. Ah! Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
Hey, have you liked us on Facebook yet?
Whoa, stop right there.
Well, why not? Search KMAXSports.com and like us now.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on KMAX Sports. So here we go, 4th and 3 from the 26, and Anderson's going to punt. And here's a punt from Anderson by Merrick. And it's going to take a McCallum bounce, and it's going to be down at about the 48-yard line.
Anderson's likely to get away with that one. That punt was nearly blocked. Managed to get it off in time.
They actually call it the 49. That's where McCallum will start this offensive series. We have 2:53 left to go in the first half of this game. Anderson on top of McCallum, 13-7. But McCallum has good field position here, and they're going to try to get some points. They come out 4 receiver set, 1 back in the backfield. The man goes in motion, snap to Davis. It's a jet sweep for number 20, DePaz on the jet sweep, and he's going to get down to.
Good execution by McCallum's offense on that play. The offensive line did a good job opening up a huge hole. The lead back came through and blocked the linebacker. The first guy to see the running back brought him down, but not after he got 10 out of Anderson's defense.
There's 11 yards down to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Knights. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 backs in the backfield. Great snap. And Davis keeps it. He's going to be brought down at around the 28-yard line.
Good play fake on that play by McCallum. We thought it was going to Jalen Sutton to the far side on the sweep. But the quarterback, Cole Davis, kept the ball up the middle for 8.
Brings up 2nd down and 2.
It's actually an 8-yard gain down to the 32-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 2 for McCallum. McCallum comes out 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Sutton in the backfield with Davis. Hand off to Sutton. No, Davis keeps it. He has a lot of room on that left side, and he's going to be upended at around the 18-yard line. I'm sorry, the 22-yard line.
And that's been the theme tonight for McCallum's offense. A lot of misdirection, a lot of play action fakes. The quarterback usually ends up keeping it. And I'm not sure if it's designed that way or if it's a read option for him. I think most of the time it's designed to go to the quarterback, fake to the left, to the right, and then go up the middle.
So McCallum 1st and 10. It's handoff to, again, number 25. DePaz.
Good tough run for him. Got 2 yards out of it.
Number 53, John Mayorga.
John Mayorga on that tackle. He's going to gain 4 down to the 14. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for McCallum. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Davis takes off again. He has that left side, and he's going to be brought down near the 7-yard line.
Brought down by number 32, Josh Hall.
And McCallum does not seem to be in a big hurry here. There's only 41 seconds left in the first half. They don't want to leave any time for Anderson if and when they score.
First to go from the 7, they hand off to Sutton, and he's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. 27 seconds left. I don't know. And McCallum's going to call a timeout.
Good call by the McCallum coach. Calling the timeout, saving the time, regroup. They're going to come back and try to score.
So that's going to be the last timeout of the half for McCallum. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from this. 2nd and goal from the 6. When action returns, McCallum trying to get a score here before the half. Try to either nod this game up or take the lead. We want to remind all our listeners who have children, nieces, nephews, friends in the Anderson High School Marching Band, we will be playing their performance in its entirety at halftime, so please stick around so you can listen to the Anderson Trojan Marching Band. .25 seconds left to go in the first half. McCallum trots out to a 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Here the 4 receiver set in the backfield with Davis, a man in motion. Davis looking to pass, and he hits the man in motion. It's number 1, Darius Lewis. He's going to be brought down at around the 2-yard line.
Great stop by the defender on that play. As soon as Jordan Lewis caught that pass, he was down.
And Davis looking to run. There's a flag on the play.
This is going to come back.
It's going to come back. And they're bringing it back. They went too fast. 3 seconds left in the game. It's a legal shift.
We're going to have time for one last play once they get settled in. Let's see what they try to do here. That run up the middle read option by the quarterback has worked for him all night like bread and butter. I'm looking to go outside on this play. Look at number 13 receiver in the corner.
So we go 3rd and goal from the 7. Davis looking to pass. He goes for the corner. The quarterback slips. And no, he drops the ball. McCallum misses out on this opportunity after the receiver drops the ball. So at halftime, your score, Anderson 13, McCallum 7. So like I said, in just a moment, we will be bringing you the Anderson Trojan Marching Band under the direction of Director of Bands, Andrea Gonzalez. It's a great first half of football, dominated by big plays, some big runs, but some pretty good touchdowns through the air.
I was about to say both of Anderson's touchdowns have come through the air on passes. They're normally designed to pick up 5-6 yards on the outside, but it turns out that the receivers want it more. They're able to fight through those tough blocks, those tough tackles, and get into the end zone. As far as high school football goes, this is a relatively low-scoring game, 13-7 at the half. And I don't know if that's just offensive troubles or both defenses stepping up big time to force the hand of the offense.
Well, the thing is that both teams have committed to running the football. When that happens, the time moves fast. You have less possessions because you're holding on to the ball a lot more.
Right.
So that's what's going on. So we're going to stop here, and we were going to let you listen to the performance of the Anderson High School Marching Band. Hope you enjoy it. We'll be back with you after the performance.
and Miss Carrie Brown. The bell officers are Junior Lieutenant Kate Upchurch, Junior Lieutenant Callie Wilson, Senior Lieutenant Olivia Russ, First Lieutenant Jillian Vines, and Captain Eden Cohen. The social officers are Junior Social Officer Emma Ellis, Junior Social Officer Shelby Owens, and President Lucy Shabib. The belle of the week is Daisy Blake. And Officer's Choice is Zoe Varghese. Tonight, the Bells will be performing a dazzling palm routine to Runaway Baby. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Trojan Bells! And now, to continue your halftime entertainment, please welcome Anderson's oldest and proudest tradition, the pride of Northwest Austin, the 2018 Trojan Marching Band. Drum majors for the band are Chung-Yi Jung, Andrea de Santiago Perez, and Sapriti Parajuli. Officers of the band are co-presidents Max Hill, Johnny McBride, and Alexis Townsend. Vice President of Social and Service Activities, Stephen O. Librarians, Leah Dubiel and Helena Lewis. Band managers, Aiden DiCarlo and Andrew Stevens. The Trojan Band Marchers of the Week are Molly Cash, Bronte Pratt, Randy Brunau, and Alice Hayes. The Trojan Band would like to thank the Anderson community for their generosity during our yearly Flamingoing fundraiser. We would also like to thank Austin Capital Bank, Easter and Easter Realtors, Double Days Pizza, Premium Cabinets, Arboretum Vision Care, More Than a Teacher, Mike Mangum Welding, College Nannies and Tutors, the Med Spa at Northwest Hills, Pokey Joe's Smokehouse, Nest Properties Austin, and Blue Dragon Plumbing for their sponsorship. Thank you for supporting the Trojan Band. Tonight, the Trojan Band will perform their 2018 production entitled Connect Us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Trojan Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Anderson Trojan Band. The dance guard instructor is William Henry. Percussion instructor is Daniel Wainwright. Directors of the Anderson Band are Andrea Gonzalez.
All right, that was the Anderson High School Marching Band under the direction of Andrea Gonzalez. I hope you enjoyed the performance. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with you to bring you stats and talk about the first half of the 17th Annual Taco Shack Bowl. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? We're like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports. KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think of the state capitol if it was full of sports. I mean, the rotunda is more than large enough for basketball or volleyball, and let's face it, anything we do in there is going to be better than what's going on right now. Plus, those guys only work every 2 years. We bring your teams to you every doggone day. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports. KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think Mopac Improvement Project. Except we're always on budget, our price never fluctuates, and we're always on time. I mean, are they ever going to finish this thing? Right this very second. I'm stuck northbound at 5th Street. Oh! Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports. So Reed, this has been a pretty entertaining game. It's been the game has been dominated by running the football on both sides. Both teams have tried to establish the run here, and they've had some success, although it looks like Anderson's run game kind of stifled there, so they tried to look for the pass. I'm sorry, McCallum's run game, and then Anderson's run game slowed down, so Carson Cruz looked to throw the football, and he actually had 2 touchdown passes.
Well, like you said, this game has been dominated by running and defense, I think. Defense on both sides of the ball has stepped up. Anderson's top runner, Coy Fulmer, has had a quiet night, and in his place, Tondrick Gibbons has stepped up big time. He had a couple of big runs. Like I said, he doesn't touch the ball a lot, but when he does, he's a good change of pace back. He can run the ball right up the middle. Not super fast, but he's got good size. He's hard to bring down with one tackler. And that's what I like about what they're doing, changing it up. Whenever Coy can't get loose, they give it to Gibbons, give him 5-6 yards. And who knows, he might cut loose for 6 seconds on the first drive.
Yeah, here's some quick stats. Total offense for Anderson the first half, 241 yards, which is pretty good considering the way that the teams have been trying to run the football. For McCallum, they only have 146 yards, which is very uncommon for them. Normally, in years past, they've had an explosive offense, but it looks like Anderson has found a way to like corral them a little bit to only 146 yards. One score. That score was a 10-yard touchdown run by number 21, Jalen Sutton. But other than that, nothing. They had an opportunity to score at the end of the first half, but the receiver from McCallum dropped the ball. On Anderson's side of the ball, the ground game has been led by big number 33, Tondrick Gibbons, with unofficially 107 yards on the ground, including a long run of 70 yards in the first quarter. Passing, it's been led by number 11, Carson Cruz, with unofficially 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving, The leader is number 16, Revis Wheatley, with 39 yards and 1 touchdown. So as you can see here, what Coach Hunter spoke of in the interview, he was going to try to establish the run game starting tonight, and it looks like that plan is working.
Absolutely, it's working. And whether it's with Coy or with Tondra Givens, they're getting production on the ground, which is always good. And I think establishing the run early was very important for Anderson. They were able to open up their passing lanes for the receivers on the outside, especially for guys like Wheatley on that 1 touchdown play. It's always hard to run when the box is stacked, but if the box is stacked, that means things are open elsewhere on the outside and over the middle deep. We haven't really seen either team go over the middle passing so far tonight. There was that one pass play that McCallum had to number 13, Takai Statberry. It was a great catch and a great run, but he couldn't hold on to the football. He ended up fumbling and giving the ball back to Anderson. And then in the end zone, the last play of the first half, he was in the corner of the end zone, did a great job boxing out, getting separation, but the ball went right through his hands. If they can connect on plays like that, McCallum is right back in this game. They have a great opportunity to establish a good passing game and pick up where they can't. Because on the ground, they're only throwing out as Cole Davis quarterback, and he's just running right up the middle or to the outside, occasionally making it really hard on Anderson's defense.
Yeah, Cole Davis, their leading yard gainer at the first half. I don't have the official stats for him, but he was, if he wasn't getting the yards on the ground, McCallum wouldn't even have the 7 points that they have going into the second half. So, they need their other running backs to step up. Jalen Sutton, I'm sure, is not happy with the performance he had in the first half, so he's going to try to come out and play better. And then, like you said, they had several opportunities to score through or make some big plays through the air, also score there at the end of the first half. It's just that the one receiver fumbled the ball and gave the ball back to Anderson, and then the other receiver at the corner of the end zone just had the ball go right through his hands. So you're right, McCallum has had opportunities, but they have to capitalize on that if they want to be successful against the Anderson Trojans in the second half.
Absolutely. These are fixable problems, too. It's not like Anderson's defense just overwhelmed them in the secondary. We've got to give them credit, only giving up 7 points to a very prolific offense like McCallum is a great job. But the errors committed by McCallum are fixable. They can fix this in the second half if they just try to focus. And then it's 1 or 2 guys dropping a ball here, fumbling the ball here. Like I said, they can fix these problems. But I think moreover than just the middle errors from McCallum, for me, it's they don't have a guy like Givens on Anderson who can just run up the middle every single play, a big guy that's tough to bring down. They've got several small guys, Jalen Sutton, Chewy Carrera, and even their quarterback, Cole Davis. These guys are fast and slippery. They're not necessarily tough runners. Cole's a tough runner, but I can tell every time he takes a hit, his coach has got to be wincing a little bit. You hate to see your quarterback take a beating like he's taking tonight. So, if they can find somebody to fill holes and just pound the ball like Givens does for Anderson, McCallum has a good chance to get back in this football game.
Exactly, yeah. And McCallum's not out of it. They're just down 6. It's just a touchdown and an extra point, and they're back in the lead, a touchdown with a botched conversion. They're tied, and they're right back in this game. McCallum is definitely in this game. They just have to, capitalize on the opportunities they have and not make mistakes that cause them to lose the opportunity to score points.
For sure. And another thing, when you're in the locker room at halftime, your coach, especially if it's a close game, your coach doesn't want to give you a big rah-rah speech. He doesn't want to hype you up. You're already hyped up for playing the first half of football. Right now, they just need to relax, get their heads in the game. And the same thing for Anderson. You're in the lead right now, but you don't want to get too first of all, you don't want to get, what's the word I'm looking for?
Too complacent.
Complacent, that's
Yep.
right. My brain went for a second. You don't want to get complacent. You want to keep the foot on the throttle, but you don't want to get too overhyped. You want to stay focused on what you're doing. Don't make the middle errors that McCallum has made. They're putting them in a hole at halftime. So stay aggressive and stay focused. Do your job. And as far as I'm concerned, the play calling for Anderson has been phenomenal tonight. They're switching up at the right times. They're getting the right mix of passing and run. Most of their outside runs in the first quarter weren't working out, so they switched going up the middle of Givens, and he's proven to be a big back for them. I'm looking to see more of that in the second half.
Yeah, I'm looking to see him power through the line of scrimmage and then gaining those yards. So we have 2 other games going on that feature Central Texas teams, 3 Central Texas teams, as a matter of fact. Right now, Leander is all over Weiss, which is the new school out of Pflugerville ISD, 23-3 with 2:35 left to go in the third quarter. Then we have Hendrickson taking on Texas High School out of Texarkana, and they're all over Texas High School, 42-0 at halftime. So those are the other two games going on here. Now for other 12 6A teams that play, 25 6A teams that play tomorrow, Lake Travis will take on Arlington Martin. Bowie will take on Pflugerville. Hayes will take on San Marcos. Austin High will take on Connolly. Aikens will match up against Crockett. Lehman will take on New Braunfels Canyon. Rouse takes on Vista Ridge, not in the same district as Anderson, but your Anderson Trojans will be taking on the Rouse Raiders next week at House Park. And we will have that action for you here on KMAX Sports. Pre-game will be at 7:15 with kickoff at 7:30.
And we can see the players starting to warm up in the back of the end zone now from McCallum, doing some high knee stretches.
Yeah,
and here comes Anderson out of their locker as well, getting ready for the second half.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, especially in the first game of the season, where you're still trying to get into your condition, trying to make sure that everything's stretched out, that your muscles are warm. Especially that first game, you go in at halftime and you could tighten up like quickly.
Exactly.
So it's all these stretches and drills that they run as they come out of the locker room are important, so they can get warmed up and not have cramps out in the field or have tight muscles that could cause injury.
And as the season goes on, it's going to be more and more important for them, especially when the weather gets colder. You want to stay loose, you want to stay fresh, you want to stay warm. I always said I would rather be a player than a spectator during a high school football game in November, because as the people in the crowd, especially the bleachers are metal, they're freezing. At least whenever you're playing football, you're sweaty, you're able to keep your core temperature warm. But yeah, especially as the season goes on, the weather gets colder, you want to stay loose and not cramp up.
Exactly. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we will come back with the second half of action very shortly. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports.
From West Texas all the way to the Bayou and all points in between.
I saw miles and miles of Texas.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, bringing your teams to you.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think of the Congress Avenue Bridge Bat Colony.
Okay, folks, here they come. They're flying out from under the bridge. They appear to be Louisville Sluggers, and they're falling. Oh, the humanity.
As God is my witness, I thought bats could fly. Bringing your teams to you since 2003 without dropping the ball or the bat. We are KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand back at the KMAC office, bringing you Anderson Trojan football on KMAC Sports. So the team's prepared to come back out on the field. Anderson's on top of McCallum, 13-7. But like we said previously, McCallum had opportunities to capitalize and score some points, but they were not able to. So we look for McCallum to come out, try to regain momentum in this game.
McCallum was going to receive the kickoff in the second half, right? Was they kicked off in the first half?
It depends. Like I said, unfortunately we had a equipment problem to start this game, and we had to miss the coin toss. Now Anderson did receive, so that means McCallum should receive. That's what I was thinking, yeah, McCallum should receive this half.
Big intro for the Anderson Trojans. Running down the field. Scores 13-7. We're about to kick off the second half.
It's a great start to the 2018 high school football season here at Central Texas. KMAC.
Oh, sorry, we'll go ahead.
Oh no, KMAC Sports will have a lot of Central Texas teams games every Thursday and Friday. I'm sure if you look, go to KMACsports.com, you'll probably find your team there a couple times, if not the whole entire season. So if you have a team, if you have another team other than your Anderson Trojans that you like to follow, please go to KMACsports.com. We're also covering volleyball, ladies volleyball for Central Texas High School. So if you like volleyball, you'll find several broadcasts for volleyball on KMACsports.com. Just go out and look for your favorite team.
And you know, Chris, I was thinking earlier, this is not like an NFL preseason game. These teams want to win badly. It's not like the starters play the first series and then sit out the rest of the game. No, these teams are both. This is the Taco Shack Bowl. These guys want to win badly, and they're throwing everything they got at one another.
Oh, definitely. This is a big rivalry. These two schools used to be district rivals, and then enrollment split them apart. But they loved the rivalry so much that they created this game to play annually. Then about 17 years ago, the Taco Shack restaurant decided to sponsor it, and hence the Taco Shack Bowl was born.
It has been an awesome bowl tonight to watch. Very entertaining game on both sides of the football, offensively, defensively, low scoring.
So Anderson will kick off. Back deep to receive will be Jalen Sutton and Tino DePaz. It's a short kick. It's fielded by Sutton and dropped back at the 4-yard line, and he tries to break up the middle, and he's going to be undercut at about the The 22.
Jalen Sutton on the return.
Kevin's up hobbled a little bit. I think he's all right. He'll shake it off.
Yeah, he'll just shake it off.
These running backs and receivers have taken a lot of low hits tonight, but that's just a product of the rule. A product of the rule. You can't hit guys high anymore. You got to go for the legs. And unfortunately, that's how you get injured, with your knees, your ankles. But to try to protect the head, that's the most important part of football.
So actually, they're going to mark him down at the 18-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line for McCallum. They come out with 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 2 backs to the backfield. Hand off to Sutton. He's going to be undercut again for after a 3-yard gain.
Good job on the offensive line opening up a hole on the near side for Sutton. Couldn't get past the second level. The linebacker came in and tripped him up.
So he'll be down about the 17-yard line, a gain of 5. The 23, actually. 2nd and 5. Davis is looking to run, trying to get that right corner. And he's not going to get it. He's going to be undercut again. A lot of low tackles here, causing the runners to flip.
Cole Davis, the ball carrier for the Knights.
Like I said, you can't go for the head anymore in football. You got to go low. And also, I think that's also a good strategy. You want to hit guys high if you have to, but hitting them low stops the momentum, stops them from gaining any kind of more footing. Unless you're Ezekiel Elliott, you can jump over guys. You're going to go down to get hit in the legs.
So it's a 2-yard run for Davis. It's going to be 3rd and 3 from the 25-yard line for the Knights. 4 receivers set, 1 back in the backfield. They send a man in motion. It's a fake jet sweep. Davis takes off, and he's going to be short. He's going to actually lose a yard.
Great defense by Anderson there, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's going to be 4th and 4. Actually, they're going to call it no gain. So it's going to be 4th and 3. No, actually, they take it back to 4th and 4. Big stop for the Anderson Trojans. Andre Jackson back deep to receive, hanging around the Knights' 50-yard line. He's tying his shoe, and now here's the punt. That was close. The punt is up. It's going to be a high punt. Telling everyone to get away. The universal football call to get away from a punted ball. Peter, you can hear it all around the stadium.
That saying never changes. When I was in high school to now, you still say, Peter, get away from the football.
So the ball will be marked dead at the 46-yard line of the Knights. Anderson will have excellent field position for their first offensive series of the second half.
Like I said at halftime, you don't want to get too overhyped. You want to keep your foot on the pedal and just focus on each play. Make the block you're supposed to make the catch, make the pass, run, and don't overthink it.
I formation for the Trojans. It's a handoff, a dive to Fulmer, and he's still on his feet. He's going to get down to the 40-yard line for a gain of 6.
That was number 4, Ben Barrera on the tackle. Got hit initially at the 41, it looks like, drove him back to the 40, and then was able to push him back and make the tackle. That's just a one-on-one play right there, you and the running back.
So it's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Trojans at the Knights' 40-yard line. They come out in the I formation again. Given to the fullback, Fulmer, the tailback, and it's another dive to Fulmer. Big hole in the middle. Oh, they're not going to go. 10, 5, touchdown Trojans.
What a start for the second half for the Anderson Trojans. Great run by number 21, Corey Fuller.
Big play. Great blocking up front by the offensive line.
Great job by the big guys up front. Creating, you could drive a truck through that lane, Chris. From hash to hash, there was no defender in sight, and that was smooth sailing for Fulmer.
You know, Corey Fulmer was their leading rusher from last year. He did not have a good first half at all. We talked about Sutton from McCallum wanting to come out and play better. Fulmer wants to come out and play better, and there he shows exactly what he wanted to do, is score. That kick was low, and it's good.
There is a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play, so let's see what the call is.
Looks like it's against Anderson. Well, not Anderson, McCallum. Anderson will decline.
So the point after is good with 9:27 left to go in the third quarter. Your score, Anderson 19, McCallum 7.
Surprise on the defense. That penalty is declined, and the kick is good. 5 minutes, 26
So that was
seconds.
that's a great start to the second half for the Trojans with a big stop of the McCallum offense, and then to come down and score right after. The momentum is all on the Trojan side, but McCallum has an explosive offense. They're going to come out and try to get those points back. Anderson's defense is going to have to stiffen up, but you know what? This is a great start. They have the momentum. You know, you can't ask for anything more if you're an Anderson Trojan fan.
That was a great run, great play execution overall by Anderson. The guys up front, like I said, created a huge lane for him. The crowd's into it. We can hear him now.
Get back deep to receive. The kickoff for McCallum will be Sutton and DePaz.
Teeing it up for the Trojans, number
62, Wild Nasser is going to be kicking off for the Trojans. Anderson on top, 20-7 over the McCallum Knights. And here's a kick. It's a high kick. It's going to be fielded by DePaz at the 15. He tries to break through the middle. He's going to be brought down short of the 25, about the 23-yard line.
Good tackle by Andre Jackson on that play, on the coverage. Hit him high, not an illegal hit, but he hit him high, wrapped him up, and slung him down. Good job, Andre Jackson, on the coverage there.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line for the McCallum Knights as they try to answer the score of the Anderson Trojans. So McCallum comes out, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 backs in the backfield. Hand off to Sutton. He tries to get that corner, and he's undercut again. He looks like he's going to get down to about the 28-yard line, a gain of 5.
If he ever gets outside on that edge, I don't think there's a guy on Anderson's defense that can stop him if he gets into space. But the problem is Anderson's doing a great job of bringing him back inside or just stringing him out all the way to the sideline. They're not giving him an inch.
It's actually, they're going to give him 4 to the 27. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 27. Ball is snapped. Other handoff to Sutton. Big hole up the middle. He's going to come down to about the 36-yard line.
Jalen Sutton again, the ball carrier for the Knights.
This is a good job by McCallum's coach, not worrying about the score. It's 20-7 right now, but they're not going to get away from what got them here. They're only down by 2 scores. They're not going to start panicking and trying to throw the ball through the air. They know their they know their running game will work if they just stick with it and execute.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. 8:31 to go in the third quarter, and McCallum's on the move. They come out, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff to Paz. He has that right side. He's going to get down to the 45-yard line.
Tino DePaz, the ball carrier.
Good job by the far side receivers there on that play, blocking, helping the offensive line open up the hole on the outside for a 9-yard gain.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd down and 1.
So it's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 45-yard line for the Knights. See, they're wasting no time here. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 2 backs in the backfield. The handoff to Sutton, big hole on the left side of the line. He's going to get down into Trojans territory.
Great run by Sutton, but a great hole by the offensive line up front, creating a lane for Sutton to run through.
Good for a Knights. 1st down.
It's a 16-yard run to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights. 7:32 left to go in the third quarter, and the Knights on the move.
This hurry-up offense is working for McCallum on this drive.
Hand on to Paz. He's stuffed it behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to be brought down around the 41-yard line.
That was number 99, Akai Hausman on the tackle. Great job by him reading that play all the way. Got around his offensive tackle, the defensive end, number 99, Akai Hausman, making the play. Good job for a loss of, it looks like 2.
2 from the 41-yard line. 2nd and 12 for the McCallum Knights. Come out, 4 receiver set, 2 to each side. Sutton in the backfield with Davis. Sent to Paz in motion. Davis looks past. He's wide open in the middle. Number 11. That's Cruz Escobar. Big pass.
Yeah, that's just a breakdown on the secondary for Anderson. They left a guy wide open in the middle. Looks like they were trying to go for a zone coverage there, and somehow Cruz Escobar got loose.
Big play for the first down to the 18-yard line in the red zone for the McCallum Knights. Come out, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 2 backs in the backfield, and there's whistles. It's a 23-yard pass from Davis to Escobar.
Anderson's taking a timeout on this play.
And we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX.
Socialize with us.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click. It's real easy, man.
On Twitter at KMAX Sports or catch us on Facebook. Search KMAX Sports. Just another way KMAX Sports is bringing your teams to you.
1, 2, 3, hit!
More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think Mopac Improvement Project. Except we're always on budget, our price never fluctuates, and we're always on time. I mean, are they ever going to finish this thing? Right this very second, I'm stuck northbound at 5th Street. Ah! Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports. 1st and 10 for the McCallum Knights on Trojan's 18-yard line. It's a handoff to, it's a drop ball. It was intended, it was a handoff to Paz, but he dropped it.
He was able to jump right back on it, though. McCallum was going to keep possession.
Yeah, he jumped right back on it, but he lost 2 yards back to the 20. It's going to be 2nd and 12 for McCallum.
And those are the kind of mental errors I was talking about at halftime that McCallum keeps making. They're putting themselves in a situation where they're down by 13 points. You know, drop pass here, a drop ball here, not securing the running back quarterback exchange. They can clean these things up, but they got to focus.
4 receiver set. Davis looks to pass, rolls to the left, and he's trying to be sacked, and he throws the ball away, and that should be intentional grounding.
Davis pass falls incomplete.
Oh no!
And they're not going to call it.
3rd down and 12.
And it looks like we have an injured Trojan player.
Cole Davis as well for McCallum Knights. He's kind of hobbled, favoring his right knee as he walks back to the sideline on his own power.
We have 5:31 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And we have a injured Anderson player. Looks like it's just cramps.
2 players down the field. Number 15, Cole Davis, the quarterback.
Yeah,
they're
tending to, for McCallum, they're tending to Cole Davis as well. Yeah, that to me looked like intentional grounding. The only thing I could think why they didn't call it, because he might have been outside the tackle box, but
he was.
Yeah, okay. Well,
he was outside the tackle box.
I missed that. I just saw him chunk it.
That was a weird play. You know, he initially looked like he had room in the pocket to step up, maybe avoid a few rushers. Number 6, Andre Jackson, was hurt. He's getting back up, getting held back to the sideline. I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, he'll be all right. They'll need him.
He's
one of their top defenders, their top defensive back. They'll need him, but it looks like it's just a cramp. So
I think what happened on that play is whenever Cole Davis, the McCallum quarterback, whenever he went to throw the ball away to avoid getting sacked, Andre Jackson, the defensive back for Anderson, he went to he almost halfway dive for the ball to try to secure an interception, and he pops right up and started favoring his leg.
So it's 5:31 left to go in the 3rd. McCallum facing a 3rd and 12 from the 20. It's handoff to, I can't see who it is. Who is down there? It's Sutton. He's going to get down to about the 18.
They've been trying to get Sutton outside all night. With good reason. He's very fast. He's got good speed. And like I said before, if he can get outside around that edge, there's not a whole lot of guys that will be able to catch him. But Anderson has done a great job of stringing him out and waiting for help until the second and third level guys can come back and make a tackle. Good teamwork on defense for Anderson.
So he gains a yard. It's going to be 4th and 11 from the 19. And McCallum's going to go for it. They really have nothing to lose. They're deep in Anderson territory. So here we go. 4th and 11. Ball is snapped. Davis looking to pass. And it's intercepted! Intercepted at the 6-yard line by number 2, Cameron Langford, the junior.
He read that all the way. Didn't have to take a gamble. He was right there. Knew where that pass was going. Cole Davis telegraphed it to him, and he stepped in front, made the catch. Went down immediately, no yards after the catch. But it was just a phenomenal read by Cameron Langford on that play. It's going to give Anderson a chance to score here in the third quarter. Backed up their own 7-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 6 with 4:45 left to go in the third. I mean, there was no reason why McCallum shouldn't have gone for it, but here we go. Hand off to Fulmer. He's still on his feet, and he tried to get that left corner. He's going to be down around the 13.
He takes a shot from Ben Barrera at the end of that play to help bring him down. A good hard hit from McAllister, defensive back.
Gaining 5 yards on the play.
They're going to give him 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 14-yard line. Ball is snapped. Other handoff to Fulmer. Tries to break through the middle. He's going to gain some tough yards down to the 19. It's enough for the first down.
And now Fulmer's becoming the workhorse here in the second half. They're not interested in passing anymore. They've got a comfortable lead, and they've done a good job getting through the McCallum defense on the ground. And right now they're going right up the middle with Fulmer, 2 plays in a row, gashing him for 5 and then 6 on the next play.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. 3:51 left to go in the third. Anderson on top, 20-7 over McCallum. Other handoff to Fulmer. No, it's not Fulmer. It's number 16, Wheatley. Big run on the left side. Another first down.
Remus Wheatley on the carry for the Trojans. Tackle made by Gabe Williams.
It's going to be down to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 3:26 left to go in the third. 14-yard gain by Wheatley. I formation, handoff to Fulmer. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard. Let's see where they spot this.
That's a good job by the McCallum defense, stuffing the line of scrimmage. Not giving Fulmer much room to work with on that play.
They're going to give him 3 to 36.
Ryan Bonesteel.
It's going to be 2nd and 7 for Anderson. Come out the wing T, I formation. Other dive to Fulmer. And he's still on his feet. He's to the 50, and he's going to be brought down at about the 46-yard line.
Good run by Corey Fulmer there. A lot of open space. Good job by the far side receivers, opening up that lane along with the left side of the offensive line. Getting around the edge and going all the way down to the 46.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 46. Here we go, I formation again. Other handoff to Fulmer. He powers down. Actually, no, that's Wheatley. He powers down to the 38-yard line.
We haven't seen much of Tondrick Givens here in the second half. He was the workhorse in the first half on a few plays. But they're doing a good job right now sharing the ball between Wheatley and Coy Fulmer on this drive. And like I said earlier, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're getting plenty of yardage on these carries.
The 8-yard run for Wheatley. 2nd and 2 from the 38. Cruz looks to pass. He passes high. It was intended for number 5, Trevor Merrick.
He almost pulled an OBJ on that play. And
Exactly.
got him with one hand. Yeah, plenty of time for the quarterback in the pocket. Great job of the O-line, giving him room and time to throw the football. Just couldn't quite connect with number 16, Wheatley.
Bring up 3rd down and 2.
Gonzalez on that defense of Trevor Merrick. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 38 now. 1:24 left to go in the 3rd. Here we go, I formation. It's a handoff. I don't see who it is. Not Fulmer. Let's see who brings it down there.
Matthew Segovia on the carry.
Matthew Segovia, number 34, with a 3-yard gain.
Ryan Bonesteel was the first one there on defense. Made the initial hit, but number 34, Matthew Segovia, pushed him back for a 1st down.
So 3-yard run by Segovia to the 35. It's 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 55 seconds left to go in the 3rd. And the Trojans on top, 20-7 over the Knights. Gibbons the lone back. It's a jet sweep to Wheatley. Has room on the left side. He's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line. 10-yard gain. Another 1st down to the 25. 1st and 10. And the Trojans are on the move. Actually, they're going to give him 9.
That's a very good play call by Coach Hunter there. They've been pounding the ball up the middle on this whole drive. It started to slow down a bit as Anderson stacked the box. Then they pull a jet sweep to the outside, give it to number 16, Remus Wheatley, and he got 9 yards out of it. Good play call by Coach.
So 11 seconds left. The Trojans are just going to let this these last seconds run off of the 3rd quarter. And we're going to be entering the final quarter of this game with the score, Anderson 20, McCallum 7, and Anderson on the move. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break and then bring you the final quarter of action. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports.
1, 2, 3,
More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think Mopac Improvement Project. Except we're always on budget, our price never fluctuates, and we're always on time. I mean, are they ever going to finish this thing? Right this very second, I'm stuck northbound at 5th Street. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports. KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think of the state capitol if it was full of sports. I mean, the rotunda is more than large enough for basketball or volleyball, and let's face it, anything we do in there is going to be better than what's going on right now. Plus, those guys only work every 2 years. We bring your teams to you every doggone day. Bringing your teams to you since 2000.
We're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports.
Coy Fulmer on the play. He pushed forward for looks like it's about. You got 10 yards out of it.
It's down to the
run.
22-yard line.
We have an injured Trojan on the field.
4-yard run. So yes, we do have an injured Trojan on the field. And the stadium goes silent out of respect for the injured player.
I can't quite see who that is, Chris. Can you get a number for me?
I'm looking. He's behind all the players. I think it might be Coy Fulmer.
I think it was the running back on the last play, Fulmer. He's had a great night tonight so far.
It'd be a big loss if they weren't able to have him for the rest of this game. It looks to be Fulmer, and it looks like he's going to get up. It is Coy Fulmer. and he got up on his own power.
He's walking back on his own.
See, as I mentioned before, you know, the first couple games when you play football, you're susceptible to, like, cramps. And a lot of times cramps can look really bad, but are actually not. They're just cramps.
Right.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 1:54 left to go in the game. From the Knights' 22-yard line, they're on the move, on the cusp of entering the red zone. Here comes Gruz with the play from the sideline. Here we go. They're going to have a wishbone backfield. Hand off to Gibbons out the middle. He powers through. He's still on his feet. He's still going. He's going to be brought down at about the 12-yard line.
And that's the first we've seen from Gibbons this half. And that's what he can do for you. He is a freight train going through the middle of the defense. Hard to bring down one guy. I've been raving about him all night. Good to see him here in the second half.
So it's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 12-yard line. And McCallum brings in some substitutions, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. No, they're saying run the clock. 11:08 left to go in this game. It's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 12-yard line for Anderson. Play clock still running. 22 seconds on the play clock. Here we go. They come back with a wishbone backfield again. Other handoff to Gibbons, and he's going to be tripped up. He's going to be brought down at the 9-yard line, it looks like. A gain of 3.
He's going to pick up the first down. That's all he needed for that one line. That's all he needed on that play was just a yard. Gibbons gave him 3.
They're actually going to give him 2. It's going to be first and goal from the 10 for the Anderson Trojans. They're taking their time here. They're going to try to milk as much time off the clock with a 2-score lead. They come out in the I formation. It's a dive to Fulmer back in the game. Good to see that.
Boy Fulmer, the ball carrier for the Trojans. Takes the ball down to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down.
It's down to the 7 after a 3-yard gain. So I say we'll go from the 7.
One thing I haven't seen tonight, and I'm kind of surprised, I haven't seen Gibbons lead block on any of these runs for Fulmer, and he's back favoring that.
Yeah, he's
right leg again.
He hobbled off to the sideline, so we'll hope the best for Coy Fulmer. Matthew Segovia in the game for Fulmer now. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Trojans in I formation. The dive to Segovia, and he's going to dive forward, gain some yards. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Good decision by Segovia. Gibbons was lead blocking up the middle. There was nothing there. He bounced it out to the right, picked up an extra few yards he might not have gotten if he'd have followed Gibbons throughout that play.
He gains 3 yards to the 4. It's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 4-yard line for the Trojans. And again, they're taking their time bringing the play in. They're going to milk as much clock as they can with a 2-score lead. Come out in the same I formation. They'll have Trevor Merrick split out to the left. And let's see who took that dive. It was Wheatley.
Tackle made by Walker Allen for the Knights.
Tackle made by Walker. Walker Allen for McCallum.
Gain of 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. And, of course, Anderson's going to go for it.
Yeah, you can't lose here. If you don't get it, they've got 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter to go down the field twice. So you're backing it up, and if you score, you just extend your lead. Good play call by the coach.
It looks like Coach Hunter is going to just let the play clock run down and probably call a timeout. So let's see what Coach Hunter decides to do here. Yes, he does exactly that. So we're going to take a timeout with them. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on KMAX Sports Vype Network.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Yeah, we're good. All right, we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. So we're going to have fourth and goal from this 2-yard line, and they're going to go for it. They have Wheatley directly behind Gruz. And Segovia split, offset him. It's a dive to Wheatley. He's powering through. And it looks like they're going to call him down at the 1.
Connor Gibbons on the carry.
No, it was Gibbons. I'm sorry, Gibbons.
And I would have bet the farm that Gibbons found a way to get into the end zone on that play. Come up just about a half a yard short. Good job by the Anderson offensive line pushing it back. They couldn't get quite far to stop the half-yard line. Of course, now they're backed up against their own end zone. With 7:52 left in the fourth quarter. They scored twice. They got to go to length of the field.
So it looks like, 7:52, 1st and 10 from their own 1 for the McCallum Knights. Hand off to Sutton. He's going to be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And I know that McCallum has not had much success through the air at this point in the game. But right now, you got to be looking to pass. You serve your clock first and foremost, but you want to take big chunks out of the field when you're backed up like this.
So it looks like we have other injured player. It looks like it's another Anderson player.
Another injured Trojan on the field.
Can't quite get the number, but again, it looks like cramps.
Just a reminder to everybody that plays football, stay hydrated and stay loose.
Stay hydrated.
Texas heat will get you.
Exactly. Stay hydrated, stay stretched at all times, and eat your bananas. Get that potassium.
They used to give us pickle juice before and after games.
That's disgusting. I don't know. In my day, they used to give you these big old horse salt tablets.
They give us salt tablets too. I didn't like those.
Number 53, John Mayorga.
John Mayorga getting up on his own power again. It looks like just cramps. But now it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the 6-yard line for the McCallum Knights. 7:40 left to go, and the clock's ticking. Anderson on top, 20-7. We have two receivers at the far side, one to the near side, 2 backs to the backfield. Another handoff to Sutton. He tries to break free, and he's not going to. He's going to gain some more yards.
Jalen Sutton on the carry for the Knights.
Good job by Jackson Green on the play number 20, bringing them down with 1 arm. Corey Sutton almost got the outside. Got outside of the defensive line on that play. Had one guy to beat. Couldn't get past Jackson.
So it's a gain of 3 yards down to the 9. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for the McCallum Knights. 6:55 left to go in the game. Another handoff to Sutton. No, the ball. Davis keeps the ball, and he's going to get a first down. He's going to be brought down around the 21-yard line.
Cole Davis on the quarterback. He picks up.
Boy, he's been taking a lot of hits tonight. Cole Davis. And at some point, as a coach, you got to think, this is a big game, big rivalry, but you just cannot afford this early in the season to keep letting the quarterback take those kind of shots.
I agree. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of McCallum. 6:29 left to go in the game. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They try to do a hitch pass. And it's almost picked off through the hands of Jordan Hood.
Hood almost had it. Almost had it. Good read on that play. McCallum's offensive line did a phenomenal job of creating a pocket. They just step up, make a good throw. Jordan Hood had a great read on the ball and stepped in front of the route, just couldn't quite hold on to it.
Yeah, that would have been 6 in the sticks, or a pick 6 for Jordan Hood if he would have held on. But
I like 6 in the sticks better. I started saying that.
It's another run by Davis, and he's gone. He's off to the races. One man to beat, and he's going to be drug out of bounds.
Andre Jackson was the only guy back on that play, and he was able to run down Cole Davis.
Very good.
Great run by Cole Davis on that play up the middle.
Big run. Now it looks like Anderson's called a timeout. The ball's going to be placed at the 24-yard line.
So we've got a Trojan down the field, stretching. It's number 5, Trevor Merrick. I think, like you said, it's cramps.
Yeah, it's a lot of players have been cramping, and you'll see that the first couple of games. You'll see that not so much in the NFL, but you'll see it a lot. If you watch a lot of college football, the first weekend of college football, you'll notice a lot of players will be suffering from cramps.
And, I know high school players hate it, but that's what 2 days for. That's what conditioning is for, to get your muscles in your body ready for this kind of pounding. And like I said, the first game of the season, you're introducing your body to a whole new set of hits and cuts. And it's not just the hits that you take; it's the stopping and going, the lateral movement. It's really hard on your joints, but especially your muscles. Whenever you're in Austin, Texas, a very dry part of the state, don't get a whole lot of rain. It's not very humid outside. You gotta make sure you're replenishing what you sweat out.
It's actually Andre Jackson.
Trojan on the field was number 6, Andre Jackson.
But he's up. Back in the game.
Did I say Trevor? Yeah, I said Trevor Merrick. My bad. It was Andre Jackson.
It was a 57-yard run for Davis for McCallum. And he's off to the races again. Big hole in the middle. He's going to be tackled down at around the 16-yard line.
And unlike most quarterbacks, he does not go down on first contact. It took 3 Trojans to come to the rescue to stop him from getting the first down. Just short. Pickup of 8 on the play. And he is single-handedly bringing the McCallum Knights back into this football game.
So 8 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 16-yard line in the red zone of the Anderson Trojans. 5:34 left to go in the game. Anderson on top 20-7, but McCallum's on the move. Ball is snapped. Jet sweep to Jordan Hood. He cuts back inside, and he's going to be in for the touchdown.
That was Darius Lewis on the play. McCallum Knights, number 1.
I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. Darius Lewis.
Jordan Hood's our number 1.
Exactly. I apologize. Darius Lewis with the touchdown for McCallum Knights.
Yeah, you can tell with the setup. They had him on the right side, on the near side of the football field, and put him in motion. A jet sweep. The outside linebacker for Anderson couldn't quite around him, and that's what they've been great all night. Anderson, they've done a really good job of stringing along those jet sweeps and keeping the running back within the pocket.
Kick is up for the point after by Trinidad De La Garza, and it's good. So with 5:16 left to go in the game, the score is now Anderson 20, McCallum 14. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on KMAC Vype Media Network.
We just saw Darius Lewis of the McCallum Knights run for a touchdown on the last play. And I tell you, he got to kiss the girl, but Cole, the quarterback, he paid for the date on that drive. He took all the hits and drove him right down the field.
So the question is here, does McCallum go for the onside kick or kick deep and trust their defense? They're onside kicking, and they let it bounce, and it's going to roll out of bounds. That was luck. Pure luck for the Anderson Trojans. They needed to land on that ball. Luckily, it ran out of bounds, so it's going to be a penalty, and McCallum will take the ball over.
Poor coverage by the Anderson football team, but like you said, luck was on their side. The ball bounced right past and out of bounds. They're going to take over on offense, and at this point, you got to think you just stick with what you've been doing. Run the ball up the middle. Don't call any timeouts. Run the clock run out itself, and get in the victory formation if you get enough yards and get enough time off that clock.
So they're going to spot the ball on the 42-yard line. First and 10 for the Trojans here. Let's see if they can get some big runs here. Enough time off the clock. They need to do that now. They're in the I formation. It's a dive. Number 10, he has the left corner. He's going to power through down to about the 38-yard line, and now he comes up hobbling. Actually, it's number 16, Wheatley.
Hard runs out of all these running backs from Anderson tonight. Wheatley.
Oh, there's a flag on the play. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but there's a flag on the play, and it's against Anderson.
McCallum is not out of this yet. If they can get a stop here, get the ball back, they'll have around 4 minutes left. How they decide to use their timeouts.
Coy Fulmer back in the game. They're going to mark the ball to the 32-yard line. It's going to be first and 20 for the Anderson Trojans. The ball's going to be placed on the far side hash. 5:06 left to go in the game. And a holding penalty is not what you need right now. But let's see if Anderson can make up some of the penalty yardage here on this play. Come out in the I formation. Hand off to Fulmer. Tries to find some room in the middle. He's going to be stuffed. He's going to gain a yard, it looks like.
Looks like they're going to stick with the strategy they've used most of the second half.
Gain on the play. Second down and 20 for the Trojans.
Wheatley, Gibbons, and Fulmer.
There's no gain on the play, so it's going to be second and 20 from the 32-yard line for Anderson. Clock winding down, 4:25 left to go in the game.
I think if I'm McCallum, Anderson's not going to run the ball outside. They don't want to take a chance on going out of bounds. They got to call a timeout here pretty quick.
Back to the wing tee. It's a jet sweep, and the ball's on the ground, and it's recovered by McCallum.
Wow. What a huge change of defense. He's trying to do it first. I think Wheatley is hurt. He's down.
Yeah, Wheatley's hurt. So
Trojan on the field at the 25-yard line.
So Wheatley's hurt after that fumble.
Defensive end from McCallum blew that play up in the backfield. They're trying to do a reverse. And that's exactly what I said. If they try to go outside, only bad things will happen. Run the ball up the middle. And they fumbled. Wheatley's down.
So we'll go ahead and we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on the KMAC Vype Media Network.
Hey Booster parents, Get Involved is a new all-in-one tool that helps you raise funds, sign up volunteers, collect items, and promote your event or cause. It's never been so easy to get so much done. Forget the multiple volunteer, fundraising, and sign-up lists. It's now all in one. Get involved today at getinvolvedco.com. That's getinvolvedco.com.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO The Texas Association of Sports Officials provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line of the Trojans for the McCallum Knights. Davis looks to run, and he's going to be tackled after a short gain.
Good news on that last play. Revis was able to get up on his own power and walk off the field. Looked a little hobbled. They're looking out on the sideline right now. I think he should be all right.
They're going to give him 2 to the 24. It's going to be 2nd and 8 now for the McCallum Knights. Threatening here with the clock ticking. Now the clock is actually the enemy of the Anderson Trojans here. Unless they can get a big stop, a turnover or something, they have to stop him here. Ball is snapped. The handoff to Sutton. We haven't called his name in a while. He's going to be tackled at about the 16-yard line.
McCallum has been trying that sweep all night, and only a few times have they gotten it right. That was one of them. They got the receiver to kick out that guy on the outside. They were able to seal the edge on the defensive side of the ball, and Corey Sutton ran the ball right through the gap. Good execution by the McCallum offense.
So it's a big 3rd and 1 here for Anderson. Clock's ticking, 3:18 left to go in the game. Come out with empty backfield, 5-receiver set, and it looks like Anderson will call a timeout. So we'll go ahead and take a timeout with them. You're listening to Anderson Trojan football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? We're like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
Sound off. Tell us what you think right here on Twitter at KMAX Sports. Socialize with us.
You don't have what they call the social skill.
On Twitter at KMAX Sports or catch us on Facebook. Search KMAX Sports. Just another way KMAX Sports is bringing your teams to you.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. 3rd and 1 here. Handoff, and Sutton will get the first down, and it looks like he's going to get more, and he's going to be in for the touchdown.
Great play call by McCallum. Nice on that play. Great execution, too. Great execution. The offensive line opened up the hole on the right hash mark for Sutton. And all he had to do from there was just outrun people. Like I said, if he gets a chance in open field, he's going to be able to beat these guys. He was able to right there.
So the score is now tied with 3:03 left to go in the game at 20 apiece. Trinidad de la Garza to get their point. The kick is up. It's good. Again, 3:03 left to go in the game. McCallum has taken the lead over the Anderson Trojans, 21-20. 1 point.
What a turn of events. 1 minute, Anderson's in the driver's seat. They got 4 minutes left on the clock at their own 30-yard line. Plenty of time to just run out the clock, run up the middle, and one play changed everything. Wheatley went down, fumbled the football, and you got to give credit to McCallum. They jumped on the football, recovered the fumble, and marched down the field 30 yards and scored. Now let's see if Anderson can respond.
Yeah, they have to here. If they can't get any points on the board here, the game's over, obviously. He has 3:03 left to go in the game. Now, their offense is not like how it was in the past. Coach Hunter wants to run the football. So when you run the football, the clock, a short clock is your enemy. So they're going to have to get a little bit creative here because they can't. I don't believe they can bring out their standard offense and march all the way down the field.
I think they can run to the outside, get out of bounds if you're a runner. Don't try to turn it back upfield. If you're outside and you get 5, 10, 20 yards, don't try to be a hero and fight through it. Get outside, get out of bounds. No shame in it. This is also going to be a great test to see how much the coach trusts his kicker. They get in field goal range.
Number 21, Coy Fulmer.
Number 5, Trevor Merrick, 21, Coy Fulmer. Coy Fulmer picks it up, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
Great placement by number 14, Trinidad De La Garza for McCallum, the kicker there, placing the ball on the 20-yard line, allowing the return to only pick up about 3 or 4 yards.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 22 with 3:01 left to go in the game for Anderson.
78 yards. Can they do it? What do you think, Chris?
Keep in mind, they can do it if they get a couple big runs, but it just doesn't. You know, their offense is not built for this. They're built to waste the clock, not
beat
take
the clock.
advantage. Yeah, not beat the clock. Bruce for the pass, but he hits Fulmer, and he was wide open. He had a lot of room on the right side. Then he cut back. If he would have kept going, he probably would have got more yards. But a big gain anyway.
Like I said, if you turn upfield, you're hurting yourself. Stay outside. He could have beat that guy. You know, number 70, Alvino Carvajal. Forgive me if I butcher that name. Was not a threat to him.
Another pass by Cruz. That should be enough for a first down. He pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
That was number 12 on the catch, Jake Allison. Good job getting out of bounds, picking up the first down and stopping the clock. 2:31 left. And I don't know why, but they're in a hurry-up offense.
And they're back to their traditional offense. Other pass by Bruce goes over the head of Merrick.
And that's just a timing issue there. Trevor Merrick and Bruce were not on the same page.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line for Anderson. 2:27 left to go in the game.
And you know, Chris, I just thought about this. That extra point that was missed earlier by Anderson is a huge factor right now, instead of being tied down.
Ball is snapped. Bruce looks to pass. He's going deep for Merrick, and he's wide open. Oh! Just out of the reach of his hands.
He had nothing but green grass in front of him on that play. Got behind his defender, beat his guy one-on-one, and just the ball play. That's what I said. You can tell how much certain teams work on certain plays. You can tell their passing game, especially on the outside, is not very in tune right now. Not being on the same page with the receivers. Not being able to put the ball in the right spot. That goes to show that's something they need to work on.
Here we go, 3rd and 10 from the 33. The receivers from the near side, one to the far side. Ball is snapped. Cruz looks to pass. He throws that angle, and it's over the head of number 12, Cooper Tyler. So it's going to be 4th and 10, the ball game here. See what they dial up for 4th and 10. All right, here we go. 4th and 10, 2:17 left to go in the game.
Huge play here for Anderson to stay alive. They need 10.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Here comes the blitz, and he's going to be sacked. And that will probably do it. He's going to come up to the sacked at the 30-yard line. Now it's up to the defense to see if they can get a turnover.
They were not expecting that corner to creep up and blitz the way he did. Offensive linemen, they each have an assignment on each play. They think they can see a blitz coming, and that guy came up at the last second and just disrupted the whole pass protection scheme of that play and gave Bruce nowhere to go. That was a gutsy play call on the defensive side of the ball as well to blitz that guy instead of keeping the coverage. You knew he was going to throw it. You knew they were going to throw. That was a gutsy play call to bring an extra guy and leave your secondary weakened.
So here we go, 4 receiver set for McCallum. Boom, big hit on number 21.
Jalen Sutton on the carry for the Knights.
That was number 15, Nathaniel Velez on the tackle. Came unblocked right up the middle and dropped the running back for a loss of 2.
Loss of 3.
Loss of 3. Excuse me.
To the 33-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 13. 1:46 left to go. Coach Hunter might want to think about using the timeouts now, because now McCallum is doing the tactic that Anderson did earlier. They're running the clock. And they're going to probably call a timeout here when the play clock runs down. And there's your timeout by McCallum. 1:26 left to go in the game. Again, McCallum on top of Anderson, 21-20. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
From West Texas all the way to the Bayou and all points in between.
I saw miles and miles of Texas.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, bringing your teams to you.
1, 2, 3,
More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man!
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Lee Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. And it looks like McCallum's going to do the victory position.
Cole Davis takes a knee.
Anderson has no timeouts left. So these are going to be dropped back to the, see what they spotted. It looks like it's going to be the 39-yard line. So
I think it's 39, line. Yeah.
39-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 19. Another guaranteed 20 seconds going to drop off the clock.
You got to give credit to McCallum. They got themselves back into the game. They were down by 2 scores. Fought back, scored a touchdown, made a stop. Got a turnover, actually, and got right back in the game. They did not give up. You got to admire their resolve.
So they're going to call another timeout. We'll go ahead and we'll stay with the action. We'll take a break since this is probably going to be the last timeout. 42 seconds left in the game. McCallum on top, 21-20, 3rd and 19.
And you know what McCallum did? They just stopped making the mental errors that were killing them in the first half. You know, they were dropping passes, making stuff. And like I said, it's all fixable. Everything that they were down for, it was fixable. And they made the adjustments. They fixed it. Anderson, they didn't really do anything wrong in the first half. They didn't do a whole lot of things right. In the second half, they did a lot more good than bad. It's just when McCallum came back with their adjustments, they were able to get past what Anderson did.
Anderson actually, it seemed like Anderson actually made some of the mistakes that McCallum made the first half with those fumbles. Yeah, the fumble, you know. So here we go, 42 seconds. And they'll run one more. And actually, they're going to play the keep away. And then they'll take a knee at the 50.
Cole Davis takes a knee.
And that should do it.
And with that play, we will have reached the end of our ball game.
The Taco Shack Bowl 2018 goes to the McCallum Knights.
Yeah, the valiant effort by your Anderson Trojans. They had control of this game, but some vital mistakes cost them. However, we'll chalk this up to being a learning experience.
And you can't hang your head. You fought hard, and you got to remember this isn't district. It's an important game nonetheless. It's a rival school. You want to win every game you play, but it's not district. Don't get too down on yourselves. You got a whole season ahead of you. There's a lot of good that came out of this game. A lot of things you can learn from.
So we'll go ahead and we'll take a break, and we'll come back and we'll wrap this up. You're listening to Anderson Trojan Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Hey Booster parents, Get Involved is a new all-in-one tool that helps you raise funds, sign up volunteers, collect items, and promote your event or cause. It's never been so easy to get so much done. Forget the multiple volunteer, fundraising, and sign-up lists. It's now all-in-one. Get involved today at getinvolvedco.com. That's getinvolvedco.com.
And we're back. This is Chris Cavazos with Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand bringing you Anderson Trojan football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. So, again, this was an opportunity. It was an opportunity for a win, but it's going to turn into a learning opportunity for this Anderson Trojan football team. They had the game under control, but some vital mistakes in the second half cost them very dearly. It allowed McCallum to come back. McCallum themselves had a bad first half. They played a lot better in the second half, and they were able to do enough to eke out a one-point win over the Anderson Trojans, 21-20.
This was a very evenly matched game from the start. The biggest the score difference was 20-7, and they won by a 13-point difference. And McCallum, you got to give credit to McCallum. They stayed in the football game. They overcame the mistakes in the first half. And, if you're going to make mistakes, there's never a good time to make mistakes like turnovers and dropping passes. But if you're going to make them, it's better to make them in the first half. But very late in the game, you don't have a whole lot of time to correct them. And that's what the game was. They made their mistakes late. Didn't get a whole lot of time to overcome some of the bad play calls. And like you said, they had an opportunity to get a win here. Instead, they can take a look at the mirror and see what they did wrong and come back and fix it. They've got a very explosive offense on the ground. Making sure of the passing offense on the outside especially, and maybe take some more shots over the middle. One of a very potent offense as the season goes along.
I will say this, though, that last year, covering this game, the Anderson Trojans ended up losing by 10 points. I think this year Anderson has a much better team, and it's going to fare them a lot better being in that 25-6A district with those other powerhouses, Bowie, Westlake, Lake Travis. I think the future this season looks very bright for the Anderson Trojans.
Absolutely.
I would just like to remind our listeners that you can listen to this game in its entirety at kmaxsports.com. Just go to kmaxsports.com on your internet browser. We prefer that you use Google Chrome over any other browser. It works the best. Go to kmaxsports.com, search for Anderson Trojan football, and you can listen to this game whenever you wish. We'll be back next Friday as your Anderson Trojans will host the Rouse Raiders. It's going to be what we call a KMAC Bowl, because the Rouse Raiders are, we have a sister broadcasting team, the crew led by Sonny Zepeda, Andrew Williams, and Ty Grubb. The Rouse Raiders will take on your Anderson Trojans at Nelson Field. Pregame will be at 7:15. Kickoff will be at 7:30. Again, next Friday, September 7th. If you can't make it out to the game, go to kmaxsports.com and tune in to the game there. Myself and Reed will be there, and we'll be bringing it to you. So again, the final score of tonight's game, the McCallum Knights 21, the Anderson Trojans 20. For KMAX Sports President Chuck Licata, Chief Operating Officer Tim Cox, Director of Operations Merle Bertrand, Communications Director Christina Weber, Technical Directors Johnny Baeza and Suna Ventcat, and for our crew, Reed Cormier and Merle Bertrand, this is Chris Cavazos saying good night and God bless, and thank you for listening to Anderson Trojan Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network. Goodbye, everybody.
So long.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.